Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Keith. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this Blue Yeti X microphone. It's advertised as the #1 USB mic for streaming, gaming, and podcasting. So we're going to unbox it, see what you get for the money, and then we're also going to show you how to set it up on your computer and do some audio testing as well, and see if it really does give you what you want for the money. It is more expensive than this Rode Podmic that I'm using. However, this is a dynamic mic versus a condenser mic, which the Blue Yeti is. So we're going to see kind of the differences, test out the sound, and see if it's something that you might want for, even just leveling up your Zoom calls all the way to podcasting. So stay tuned. All that is coming up. And this is everything that comes in the box. You get a small little quick start guide, a USB cable, and the microphone does come attached to this tabletop stand. And the stand does have some weight to it, so the overall build quality of the stand and the microphone itself does seem pretty solid. And let's be honest, that is just one good looking microphone. You'll see on the front of the microphone, we have the multifunction smart knob and LED metering. There are 3 different modes to go in between. The first one is, which we are in now, is the mode 1. Microphone gain and metering. This is going to allow you to adjust the microphone volume as well as monitor your gain. So if you notice you are going into the red, you'll want to kind of turn that down a little bit and get back into the green and yellow. And then the second mode, just press and hold that button down and you'll go into the headphone volume. This will allow you to adjust the volume in your headphones if you have them connected to the microphone. And then to hold it down again to get in a third mode, which is called the blend mode. And then this is when both the microphone and headphone icons are lit. This is going to allow you to blend between the microphone signal and the sound from your computer headphones. And this will be good and useful if you need to hear yourself clearly over the audio from a game or anything like that. And then to mute the microphone, you just press the middle button lightly once and it'll mute it, and you'll know it's muted because that red LED light will show up. And then just unmute the microphone, just press that button real quick again, and you'll see it goes back into the last mode that you had it set on. So we'll go back into the gain mode. So you'll see on the back of your microphone here, you have a button to go through each of the 4 different pickup patterns that you have built into the microphone. And it's just a simple click of each button and it'll cycle through each one for you. And then moving to the bottom of the microphone, you'll see that there's 2 ports, one for your headphones and another one for the USB input. There's also a spot here where you can mount this to a boom arm if you have one. So let's go ahead and get this thing plugged into the computer so we can download the software and see what this thing sounds like. All audio that you guys are hearing now is coming directly from the Blue Yeti X. I have it plugged into my MacBook going into GarageBand. But what you want to do is go ahead and go to bluemic.com/software to download this Blue Sherpa, and it will allow you to change a bunch of things on your microphone directly from your computer. So this is the home page, and it'll just have you select whatever microphone you have. We have the Yeti X. So we select that, and this page right here in the settings is going to allow you to basically control everything that you do have on the microphone externally. So you can control your mic gain, your pattern select, as well as your headphone volume as well. And then if you go over here to enable, this will give you a bunch of different presets for different sounds that you can get out of the Blue Yeti. You can also create your own, and you can also dial in each one to your liking. So if you just go through each one, it will ideally change how it sounds depending on your needs. So there's a little bit of difference between the broadcaster ones that I could hear, the FM station, and then just kind of go through there, and each one you choose has a different setting. You can change those and save them if you want to, or add a new setting however you want to, whatever sounds best for you. But this is cool because it just gives you more options on the sound quality that you can get out of this depending on what you need it for. And it also has a mic test section here, so you can select a preset, record it, play it back, and see what you sound like and see if it's something that you want to use for your situation or not. So this is just a pretty cool software that allows you to control the Blue Yeti from your computer. That way, if you do have it set up in a boom arm for like streaming or anything like that and can't reach up and grab those knobs, you can do it directly from this program. All right, so now let's go ahead and check out the different polar patterns that this thing has now that we have the Blue Yeti X hooked up. Again, this is all audio coming from the Blue Yeti directly. So right now what you're listening to me in is the Cardioid Pattern, and it's just coming directly in front of me. It's not doing what's behind me or around me. It should be just picking up what is directly in front of the microphone. And I'm going to kind of lean in, and I'm going to see that the gain's going up the further I lean in, and I'm going to come back about a foot or so away from it and see if you could still hear me pretty clear. And then I'm going to come over here and just see how the sound is changing as I'm coming over here. And just to show you that it's going to block out the noise from behind you, I'm going to talk at the back of the microphone, and it's not picking up as much noise. So I'm going to turn it around here. All right, we're back to the center of the cardioid. And now let's go to direction. So directional, it has the front and back patterns. So you're going to be able to hear me from the front, hopefully not too much from the sides. You may be picking that up a little bit, but this is good if I had somebody on the other side talking. And then let's turn the mic around. And then you should be able to hear them pretty well from the back end as well as the front. So it's kind of hard for me to hear a difference in my headphones. I'm going to turn it around here, and this is where we're at the front. So that is directional. So let's go to stereo. So we are now in stereo mode, so it should be picking up the front and two sides as well. So if I come over here, you're going to see you get the left volume up a little bit more, and now it's going towards the right a little bit. So this is, again, stereo mode. Let's go ahead and flip the mic around just to see how much noise comes out of the back. And now we're going to go ahead and switch it around to the front. So if you had two people sitting side by side and maybe they wanted to share this microphone, how would this sound? Let me know in the comments if you think two people, so maybe one right over here, another person right over here, would you be able to hear both those people speaking at the same time? And last but not least, Omni. So this has all 4 channels open right now, so you're going to hear stuff from all sides of the microphone. I'm going to pretend to type right here. Let me know if you guys can hear that. Say move a mouse around, maybe do some clicks. I can hear that definitely in my microphone. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this microphone all the way around just to see how it sounds while we are spinning the microphone. Is it getting all sides? All right, so we're back here. So again, this is going to kind of pick up all the noise around you. And then back to stereo. See how this is not picking up the mouse clicks quite as much as the Omni. And then directional. Let's go back to that. This is directional, and see what the mouse clicks sound like, stuff like that. So if you want to do a podcast solo, Cardioid is probably the best way to go because it's just going to capture in front of you. Unlike the dynamic microphones, which we'll kind of do a comparison here in a second, you don't need to get super close to the microphone because the further you lean in, you kind of hit that red gain mark. So you can actually lean a little bit further back in this microphone and not have to worry about being too close. Whereas with the dynamic microphones, you have to make sure you're right in front of them. And as you move away from the dynamic mic, you're going to lose that sound. So this is the Blue Yeti. Again, let's go ahead and I'm going to do a comparison between the Rode Podmic and the Samson 2QU and just see what you guys sound different. See if you're going to use this for, a Zoom meeting or anything like that, or even a podcast. See if this Blue Yeti X would be good for your podcast, or if you should stick to a dynamic mic. So let's go ahead and switch over to the dynamic microphones real quick. All right, guys, so we are on the dynamic microphone. So right now you are listening to me on the one from earlier, the Rode Podmic. So let me know how this sounds different than the Blue Yeti that we just heard. And now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Samson 2QU. So this is a Samsung Q2U. This is a microphone. I'll link a description up here in the video. I did a full review on this one. This is a hard to beat microphone because it is $70 and comes with not only an XLR cable and USB cable, but it comes with a stand and basically everything you need to plug and play. So it is a lot cheaper than the Blue Yeti X, and not only is it a USB mic, but is also XLR capable. So a lot more versatility with this one, and it has that dynamic sound versus the Blue Yeti. So let me know if you hear a difference. and if you're doing a podcast, if you would prefer to have this dynamic mic over the Blue Yeti. All right, guys, and so now we are back on the Blue Yeti X microphone. So let me know if you did notice a significant difference between this microphone and the two dynamic mics that I just tested out, and what you would prefer to use on a podcast. Do you think you can use the Blue Yeti X on a podcast, or do you think it's more for a streaming platform or video call, stuff like that? So let me know. In my ears, there's a little bit of an echo, but I think that's just because of my headphones and the way I have it set up. But I did not notice that when I was listening to it back. So if I'm using this for a video or anything like that, I'm going to use the Cardioid just so it captures my voice and not stuff around me. Luckily, this is a pretty quiet room. I got a lot of stuff on the walls, so there's not a lot of noise bouncing off the walls. So I think I could probably use this on a podcast, but I do prefer, I think, the sound from my Rode Podmic the best out of all three of these microphones. So if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know down in the comments. And then if you guys found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we come out with content just like this. And again, check out our video on the Samson microphone because that is a great budget microphone. But I am glad I did pick up this Blue Yeti X just because it looks cool and it gives me versatility, and I can use this on my work calls and get just better audio versus everybody else. So pretty cool. And I love the look of the Blue Yeti, but you just have to remember to talk in front of the mic and not over the top of it like this, because it won't sound as good. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.